It's great to have you with us. It's great to have Jeremy Rosenthal back on the program, a premier legal analyst. Jeremy, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good to have you back here. I'm well, thanks. I'm interested in what's happening. This issue is kind of highlighted by the cheating couple at the Coldplay concert that were captured on the big screen, the Jumbotron. And it brings to light office romance in general and how companies are trying to deal with it. And some of them are instituting what I suppose you might call a love contract, right?
That's right. This is sort of a glorified terms and conditions of employment. The more and more sophisticated your employer is, the bigger they are, the more corporate they are, the more chances that when you come into work that you have signed a bunch of HR documents, and somewhere in there is usually language about what happens if there's a romance in the office. Do you have to disclose it? Fraternization policies. These quote-unquote love contracts are a little more direct and a little more specific and kind of highlight when people are having a relationship at the office, the do's, the don'ts, the ups, the downs, the sideways, all that stuff. So, yeah. It was, as I was saying it, it was, you get it. You get it, yeah.
Well,
so, anyhow, yeah.
Well, it's particularly troublesome, of course, if there's a superior-subordinate relationship, right? And I'm sure a lot of companies say, wait, we can't have this.
That's right. I don't know that a contract of that type is really going to work because when it's a superior-subordinate relationship in those instances, the real functional problem that you have is that one person is controlling the pay and the raise and the promotion over other people, and that gets pretty sticky. And when you have that type of a relationship, then there's really no legal way that you can just sort of everybody just pretend like it's not there. But yeah, it's more for bigger companies that have a lot of employees in different locations or different planes or even on the organization chart that are really in different spots.
Suppose it's not superior subordinate. Suppose it's peers. Can a company legally prohibit that kind of relationship?
I think they can. I think that you don't have the right to necessarily work at a specific place. So I think a company can say, look, this is against our policy, and if you're going to be in love, then one of you has to go. Or maybe one of you is going to go to a different department, one of you is going to go to a different branch, one of you is going to be at a different facility. But I think they can do that. Now, I don't know that that's good business, but it's America, and in America, you are allowed to run your business as poorly as you want.
Yeah. On the other hand, if a romance blossoms between peers, if they're smart and they work for a company like that, there will be not one hint of it in the office. Right. Nobody will know. Well, but that's hard to do.
Well, it's hard to do, and sometimes love just kind of takes over, doesn't it? So it's if folks can do that, and I think these love contracts is kind of a way for the company or the business to sort of recognize it, acknowledge it, at least bring it out into the open, into the light, because they know it's happening, right? They know these things are going to happen. If you employ 1,000 people or 500 people or 200 people, it's going to happen. So you may as well kind of bring it out into the open and deal with it and say, all right, here's the expectations. Here's what's okay. Here's what's not okay. Here's what's going to get you in trouble.
Yeah.
And ultimately, companies, corporations, I think they work on fear, and they're afraid of getting sued. And so this is their way of kind of saying, look, I told you so.
Yeah. What about if you add the element of adultery in the mix? Now you're talking about potentially a moral turpitude problem, right? And a lot of companies have that in the contract.
It can certainly make it a lot stickier because if you're having that situation and then somebody winds up in divorce court, that gets very messy, very ugly, and then subpoenas start going out to coworkers and our finance department everybody has to go testify today. So in court, and that makes a lot of discomfort, and it's just not pleasant at all.
Yeah. Almost 30%, according to one survey, of U.S. workers are in or have been in a workplace romance. So it's very common. Be careful out there, my friends. Jeremy, thanks.
You got it.
Have a great
morning.
weekend. You bet. Always good to have you on. Jeremy Rosenthal here on KFAB's Morning News.